So it's the last 3 months of 2023, the last quarter of the year. How are you going to spend it? I asked myself this question. What are some of the goals that I still need to accomplish? And who do I want to be going into 2024? We've had our summer fun. It's time to refocus ourselves. Time to get done what we set out to do. I set out a lot of big business goals for myself this year. The word that I set out for this year is free. I told myself that I would set myself free from my past, anything holding me back, just free from like my own mind. With 3 months of 2023 still remaining, I can say that I'm really satisfied with my efforts, and I went through a lot this year. I went through a breakup, I moved out into another apartment, I moved out again into my mom's. I lived alone for the first time. I put myself out there more socially, more consistent with trading, became a YouTube partner. There were a lot of hard times, but there were also a lot of freeing and exhilarating moments. I don't know, sometimes it feels like this is like the beginning of my life all over again. It's like my rebirth year. That's the word, the rebirth year. And I may not be exactly where I want to be right now or have accomplished everything that I really set out to do, but there is still time to reach my goals. There's still time for you to reach your goals. And I came up with 5 steps to changing my life and how I'm going to go about my way of living in the next 3 months to end the year off strong and becoming the better version of myself again, because I have fallen off of a lot of things the past couple months. So here are a couple ways that I'm going to change my life the next 3 months and how you can too. I feel like the very first step that you need to do in order to start changing your life, like this is literally should be the first step before everything, is recognizing what it is that we want. Like, what do I realistically want right now? Is my life where I want it to be? If not, what can I do to change it? And what is the first step for me to get there realistically? What does a life where I feel happy and content look and feel like? And most importantly, can I find complete happiness and contentment in my journey today, in the steps I have to take in order to get there? Because I know that it's going to take a lot for me to get there. Can I be happy with that process right now? And if not, how can I change my mindset and perceive life in a way that makes me feel more inspired and grateful? I feel like I need to ask myself this question every other day, because it's like I know what I want out of life, but like sometimes I have to remind myself. I'll go off track and I'll be like, you know what, I also want to do this and I also want to do that, and like sometimes I just take today for granted and I want more out of today, and I put myself down for not having exactly what I want today. I have to remind myself that like just knowing what it is that I want will put me in the space, in the mental space, to know that everything I'm doing on a day-to-day basis is to get to what I want. So therefore I am living the life that I want because I'm working towards the things that I just want out of life anyways. A good way to do this is literally just to sit down and write down what you want. When I started therapy, she asked me these questions all the time, like, what do you even want? Who even are you? What is your main driving factor in life? Is it just to like get by? Is it to do something bigger? It's not something that you're gonna figure out immediately either, and like who you are is ever changing as well. You're gonna change throughout your life. Who are you right now is exactly who you need to be. So how can I become the person that I want to be in the future, that's maybe happier, more successful, or like healthier? And that doesn't undermine who you are right now, but it gives you a goal and a purpose to work towards, so that every day can feel like step for you to kind of move forward. Because sometimes if you don't have that purpose, or you don't even know what you want out of life, every day can just feel like it's molding together and it's like, what's the purpose of this? The second step is prioritizing ourselves. I've definitely been prioritizing myself more this year, recognizing that I am the only one in my control. Whenever I have let other people be more of a priority over myself, I become less and less like myself. I get hurt more. I get sad more. With recognizing this year, it has made me realize the importance of self-care. Some things that you can do as self-care is checking in with yourself, as in like journaling, yoga, a little bit of exercise a day, giving yourself time and grace to kind of get through the things that you're going through in life, recognizing your own patterns and learning how to deal with them and change them, building your own boundaries when it comes to other people, relationships, time, also doing a lot lot of like introspection as well. If you watch my videos, you know I do a lot of introspection, and I was never really like this before. I never really journaled. Have taken a lot of time this year to really think about these things and really put time towards them, because that's what affirms who I am as a person to myself. Because if I keep up these boundaries, I have more respect for myself. If I journal my thoughts, or I do my introspection where I ask myself deep questions and answer them, it affirms who I am, and it helps me understand what's going on in my mind. And that is like the biggest way I think to prioritize yourself, is to like just really understand yourself above all else, and then let everything else kind of like fall into place. We could also let go of what doesn't serve us or add to our life. And I won't lie, it has been hard for me to keep up with my healthy girl era the past couple months, and that's because I've just been going through a really hard time. And I recognize this and know that when we have hard times that we're going through, it can be hard to just like sit down and like keep up with this routine and keep up with the healthy diet. Everything just seems so fast-paced, and you just want to distract yourself more, and I think that's perfectly fine. Like honestly, I think distracting yourself is healthy in a balanced way. Like sometimes we do have to let go and we have to distract ourselves and have a good time. As long as we're aware that we're doing that and know that at some point we need to come back to terms with ourselves and like understand our situation and really work on it, I think it's really healthy to distract yourself sometimes. The path isn't always gonna be a straight line. You know, you're gonna be on the straight path, but then you're gonna go like this, and then there's gonna be this line here, and then you're gonna kind of go off a little bit. You're always gonna come back to center. Trust me, I understand it's hard to be vulnerable sometimes during those hard times. It's hard to remember to eat, to remember to express yourself effectively. Next 3 months I'm planning to like journal more every day and like just introspection a little bit more, and I also plan to start doing yoga again. And I also have this like app called Healthy Minds. I took like a couple months off of that, but you guys, if you watch my videos before, you know I'm using that app. I want to become more present within myself. I really want to get back into the minimalistic mindset of like being just more present and live slower in the moment, more in tune with my body, because yoga helps me like feel my body more. Using that app also helps me be more mindful. Eating healthier, like I used to drink like lemon water every morning, and I think I want to do that again. I also want to get back in the gym. I need to get back in the gym. It's been like 3 weeks. The third step to change your life in the next 3 months is to nurture healthy relationships. So this goes on par with like letting go of people that don't serve you anymore in your life, or you don't add to your life in any way. This includes like family, friends, colleagues, a partner, mentor, and even just like your relationship with yourself, like nurturing that relationship better. That goes with like talking to yourself better. There was a 2-year period in my life where I barely went out at all. I was just so sad. I didn't have like any friends really. I'm like so serious. I had like 2 friends. Even then I didn't even see them very often. Family had gone through a lot of things in that 2 years, so it felt like I didn't really have them. So I really had my boyfriend at the time, which is nice. Like, you don't need a lot of people in your life. Quality over quantity, I get that. I felt like I didn't have a social life at all. And I was like truly isolating myself. Social interactions felt like a chore, and I had very little patience for them. And I was just like really skeptical of like letting people into my life because I was afraid of hurt. This really messed up my confidence and self-esteem, internal desire for connection with people. And I didn't realize that this really affected me the way that it did until recently, honestly. Like, practicing isolating yourself, having a negative viewpoint on social interactions and just relationships with people in general, you start to lose a sense of yourself that like I didn't even realize until recently. I didn't realize I was losing a part of myself that thrives around people, around like having those bonds. In order for you to nurture better relationships, and what I'm gonna do as well is practice a balance of work and play. Like, make sure you get your shit done. Don't forget to have your fun too, because people who work too much, grind, like their hustle culture and everything, they forget about the people in their lives that like help them and like love them. They forget about those people, and then they miss out on a lot of experiences. You can always just slip in a little bit of time out of your day or a week to like call somebody, to check up on somebody, or even just get lunch with somebody. Like, at some point we all gotta eat. so we might as well eat together. You know what I mean? I also want to spend more time with my family. Just really just like say yes more. Take your mom to just go see a sunset. Go for a drive with your dad. Go take your dog to the beach. Take yourself to a dinner or like a museum or a movie or something. Like go to an early morning coffee with your partner before work. You'll always be too tired from work or like other things in your life, especially if you keep telling yourself you're too tired, and especially if that goes on for too long. Now you're not even just tired and don't want to do it, you just kind of like have no motivation, no desire for it anymore, and your body and mind turns everything other than like work or your problems in your life into more work than the work itself and the problems itself. Definitely been going out a lot more. Definitely during the summer I was really having a lot of fun and saying yes to friends more and just connecting with a lot of people, and I really just want to keep that going into the winter months, because whenever like the colder months come and like it gets dark earlier, I just like don't want to do anything at all, and everything becomes more of a bigger effort than it actually is. I'm definitely going to try to keep saying yes more, and with the healthy balance and of everything else in my life that helps me feel more centered and just like better. The fourth way to change your life in the next 3 months is practicing letting go of expectations and living more in the moment. I find myself expecting things to go a certain way because it's how I would act, so why wouldn't this person do the same thing? The reality of it is, if our boundaries and our needs or wants aren't effectively communicated, then we aren't going to get what we want. People can't read your mind, so stop expecting them to. And even when you communicate how you feel and they say, oh yeah, you know, I understand, I'll change or whatever, don't expect them to, because the truth is not everybody is going to understand how to love you or treat you. People can say that they will change or try their best. They're not going to be perfect at it, because everybody is their own person. Everybody has their own desires and wants and needs in life, and the people that are going to really respect your boundaries and really respect what you want and need in life and really want that for you, those are the people who are going to give it to you. But even then, they're not going to be perfect. Only you can really provide everything that you ever wanted for yourself, and that's just the truth. Except if someone isn't doing what you want them to do, or if a situation isn't going the way that you wanted, let it play out how it's supposed to. Like, either it's happening for your character development or somebody else's. Either way, you're going to learn and you're going to grow from it, whether this person's meant to be in your life forever or not, or whether this situation goes your way or not. I feel like sometimes we get so lost in the moment because we are thinking too much about our feelings, our thoughts that keep coming, and like our expectations of how we want things to go, and we forget to just like let it be, like let come what may. If you just ask yourself this question of like, how does everything look, how does it feel, what can I hear, what can I see, you know, what can I taste, what can I smell, all the 5 senses will help you become more present in the moment. Also, letting go of expectations of having it all figured out. I know this video is about like changing your life in the next 3 months. Drop the expectation that your life needs to be complete 180 in order for you to grow and change. Every day is a small stepping stone. If you do a little bit every day, you're going to change. All those little changes, all those little actions that you do are going to compound. I'm going to try doing better at this by really just active meditations, like I said, the 5 senses of the moment, you know, letting go of my phone more often, having like regular detoxes of social media. I also think journaling and like accepting the unknown, the past versions of yourself that you were, and just trying to learn from everything. The last and final step to changing your life is actively seeking growth. I'm personally gonna just keep actively seeking opportunities in my life in any way that kind of builds my character and gives me an experience in life that like I won't forget. I don't want to be 80 years old and being like, I should have taken that opportunity, I should have taken more opportunities, I should have seeked more out of life. So I'm going to try to do that now. The question that you can ask is, what makes me uncomfortable, and then doing it. If you're a really nervous person and dancing in public gives you like huge anxiety, just go up on the dance floor and just do it. The things I tell myself before I do something that makes me really nervous and anxious, there's a couple of things. Either
it's all good, it's whatever.
I don't care how they feel. If you fail, oh well, at least you tried. They're probably gonna laugh about it, but they'll get over it. They're literally gonna forget about it. And if they don't, at least you made an impression on them that's gonna last with them for a long time. I can't control how other people are gonna view me or feel about me. And I feel like being anxious about something and nervous about something, especially if it's like in public, you're basically anticipating embarrassment, which embarrassment is basically anticipating people judging you and that you're not gonna be good enough. Why would you want that mindset? It's basically not taking it too serious and just like, sometimes I get really anxious about things, but then I just do it and then I'm like, wow, I actually feel a lot better because I did it, rather than not doing it or sitting there pondering about doing it. These type of things really bring up confidence in your self-esteem. That's why I want to do it more, because I want to bring up my confidence in social situations and just as an individual myself. But yeah, things you can do is that, but also you can learn a new skill or like improving on old ones, like effectively expressing our feelings and our boundaries. Like that's a hard one to do for me, trying new things. Like I said, going up to people more, like if you're at a bar, at an event or something, just going up to people and introducing yourself and practicing your people and communication skills, conversation skills. Okay everyone, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helped you out a little bit on ways that you can change your life in the next 3 months. These are just some things that I'm going to be really keeping in mind and really working on. Start today. In 3 months time, we're gonna be so happy that we started today. I can't believe it's the end of the year. This is actually insane. Also, let me know some things that you are going to do to change your life in 3 months or just to end the year off strong. What are some things that you're like really wanting to do, really wanting to accomplish before the year ends? I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching.